Okay, we're going to have a look at some of the custom action plans that have been created by Diane and her team for your benefit. And these are action plans built specifically for the types of prospects you're going to encounter. And they've tried to build a plan for pretty much any situation that you might find yourself in with a new prospect, no matter what division of Myloff Aubuchon you may belong to. An action plan, pretty simple, is usually a drip email campaign. In other words, a series of emails that are set to go out in the future on specific dates. But we call them action plans because they can also include reminders to actually reach out to the contact, which again, extremely important in the industry you're part of. So to explain a little bit about how you add an action plan, well, if you go to add a contact, this is a great way to look at it. So I'm going to head up to the contacts menu and click on add contact. And you'll notice, things like name, email, etc. are all here. But what I want to concentrate on first are the contact types. And when you're adding somebody, they're going to be one of two groups for starters, either a prospect or a raving fan. Prospect being somebody that has not done business with Myloff, a raving fan being somebody who has done business with Myloff. So let's select prospect. And secondly, you'll tell the program from which division they came. Is this a MARG buyer? Is this a MARG commercial client? Is this from your new home build, new home sales build? So you can tell the program where the contact came from. But let's assume they're a buyer, and we'll say MARG buyer. So now you've told the program they're a prospect and they're a MARG buyer. How do action plans come into play? Well, over here on the right, there's a drop-down menu that says Apply Action Plan. So when we select Apply Action Plan, you will notice all of these action plans correspond with the contact types that you've selected to the left. So if that's a prospect and they're a MARG buyer, well, there's the prospect MARG buyer plan. So when you select that plan, it's going to ask you for a start date. Generally, that defaults to today's date, and that's what you want anyway. So at that point, all you've got to do at the bottom of the screen is click on Add Contact. That will add the contact, and it will attach the action plan to the contact, so those items will pop up on your schedule at a future date. Now, you may be wondering, what's inside of an action plan? How do I even know what I'm applying? Well, you can review our action plans by going to the Calendar menu and clicking on Plans Manager. Now, when we click on Plans Manager, you will see under the Personal tab, and you'll notice there's Favorites, System, Personal, and All Plans. Personal are the ones that have been custom built for you guys. And let's take a look specifically at that Prospect MARG Buyer plan. If you want to see what's inside a plan, just click on the name and open it. But don't edit it, okay? These plans have been created very carefully for you guys, so we do not want you to edit a plan that's already in the system. But this one's very simple. On the day it's applied, 2 emails are sent out. One is a thank you from the company, which Lainey does anyway for you guys, but this just automates it. And the next one is a thank you from you, okay? So those things go out right away. Very simple. There's an email that goes out a week into the plan, and a day after that, you're going to be reminded that the plan is completed. So this is a very simple action plan. Things may happen while you're using this plan that cause you even to turn it off. If your conversation's going well with that prospect and you're taking over organically and just phoning them and having conversations as you would, there's not really a reason to have them on the plan anymore. But this helps you understand where you can review the plans and how you would apply them. Now, let's say you've already got a contact that's been added to Top Producer, and you want to apply an action plan to them, right? Because what we just looked at first there was how to apply a plan on the fly as you're adding somebody new. But if they're already in the system, let's pick on Mark over here on the right. We're going to click on Mark's name and click on View Contact to open up his contact record. And in the top right-hand area of every contact, you will see a drop-down menu that says Perform Action. Under Perform Action, you can select Apply Action Plan. And here is your list. So we could select the MARG Buyer Plan. It defaults to today's date, and click on Save. And all of those activities will become part of your world. So that's a quick introduction to action plans, where you can find them and review them, and how you would apply them both to a brand new contact and an existing contact.